Hey everybody, Ryan from Diplomat Dad here. Today we're going to talk about my fire kits. This is what I bring with me anytime I know I'm going to be starting a fire, whether I'm camping, just cooking over a fire at the house, what have you. This pretty much stays in my go bag at all times. My go bag, for the most part, is in my car. So it's always with me. Like I said, you never really know when you're going to need to start a fire, and this is hands down the best way to do it. I've been camping and hiking and trekking through the wilderness my whole life. I have started fires in the best and in the worst of conditions, and this is hands down the easiest and the most effective method. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about what I put in here, how to build it, and go ahead and create yourself your own, and then you'll be ready to go and start some fires. Let's get into it. All right, so let's get into it here and see what we've got. This is a watertight case. You can get a little Pelican box or one of these outdoor products. I got this one at Walmart. It's like $7-8. So a couple of things. This here is broke, but we'll talk about that here in a second. Got your little bag of goodies here. Your striker. And this is just a little extra. So all we're really going to need, realistically, at the bare minimum, is this. And we'll talk about what this is and how to make it. This is a little pop-out fan. This used to all come together nice and tight, but it's broke now. But I like to use it for fanning the fire at the beginning. It's kind of convenient, but you don't need it. But I keep that in there just for good measure. All right, let's talk about what we got here and how to make it. All right, so now we're going to get into it. I'm going to go ahead and put some gloves on. Definitely not necessary, but definitely nice. So what we have here is cotton balls and Vaseline. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like real quick, and I'm going to show you the easiest way to make it. So what you have here, let's see if that comes up in the camera. Cotton balls that are completely saturated in Vaseline. These things will light for a long time. This is one little piece right here. You light that on fire, and that'll go for at least 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Certainly enough time to start a little fire. So let's go ahead and make this stuff from scratch, show you how it's done, and then show you how it works. All right. All right, so in order to make this, you only need a few items. I do have something I'm going to add after we make our basic batch here, just kind of show you what else you can do to it. But we've got Ziploc bag, pair of gloves, not necessarily mandatory, but I like to have a pair of gloves, stay clean. Got your petroleum jelly and your cotton balls. So what we're going to do now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my gloves on here. So once you've got your gloves on, you're going to grab your Ziploc bag. You're going to turn it inside out. Put your hand in there. Grab your Vaseline here. You're going to reach in. I'm just going to make a small batch. I've already got a couple of these made. But reach in and just kind of scoop you out some Vaseline. Turn your bag right side out. Okay, so now you can see there, you've got a bag with some Vaseline in it. So I'll put the Vaseline off to the side. So since we only have a little bit of Vaseline here, we'll just grab, let's see, we'll put a couple of these back. That works. That's probably good right there. So what we'll do, open up our bag a little bit. We're just going to shred this up. Toss that in there. Toss it in. Now if you make one of these bags full, I usually make it about 3/4 of the way full, and that'll last me at least a year, maybe 2 years, just kind of depends. I do a lot of camping and hiking, so I go through this stuff, but even with that being said, as much as I do go, one of these bags will last me a really long time. This stuff lights for quite a while. I'll show you here in a second, after we get this all put together, how well this stuff works. One of the really cool things about it is the fact that it's petroleum based because of the Vaseline, and it really helps it, really protects it against water. So like if it's raining, or if you're trying to use wet stuff to start a fire, which you probably shouldn't, but if you have to, this stuff is just excellent. Oop, hold on here. So now that you've got it in there, what you want to do is you just want to put your hands in. You just want to mix it all up as best as you can. Just keep tearing it up. I might need to add, I think I need to add a little bit of that, more Vaseline to that. I'll just grab a little bit more, put it in there. You don't want it completely saturated. If I had to give it a percentage, I would say it's roughly 70%. Alright, so that's how it should look when you're done. Just kind of like that. Good to go. Now, let's add a couple of different things. Got that. And we've got these here. So what I like to do, this is pitch. Basically it's wood that is saturated in tree sap. It is excellent for starting fires. Even if you don't have the cotton balls Vaseline, a lot of times if you're out camping or somewhere and you're in the woods, you just look for some of this stuff and cut it up off of whatever you find it on, and you can add it to your fire. But what I like to do, probably not the best spot to do this with this table here, this might all start falling through the cracks, but you get the idea. You just start shaving some pieces off, collect them up, grab your bag, and you're just going to add them to your bag and just mix all that up. Alright, we've also got these fire sticks here that we can add. You can get these at Walmart, any outdoor store really. You can see they're already waterproof. They're really nice. What you do is, I've got one out here already, you just shave it down like you would the pitch wood. Just like so. This stuff is nice and soft, so it cuts really easy. I'm just trying not to send it flying here. Anyways, you get the idea. Shave some pieces off, gather them up, put them in your kit, mix it all up, and you're good to go. Now you might ask, since these are already fire sticks and they're waterproof, why not just leave it all together like it is, and why mix it? Well, there's really no good answer to that. I personally just like to chop this up along with the pitch wood, mix it in with my batch. I've been doing this my whole life. It's never let me down, and I'm just going to stick to it. So totally up to you, but I really love this. Again, you take this, fill it up, put it in here. It's waterproof, and you can start fires forever. So now we know how to make it. It's all put together. Let's put it to use and see what we get. Alright, so now let's see how this works here. We got this little spot cleared out. I'm going to pull some of this out of the bag, and I'm actually just going to grab, we're not really going to start a fire here. I'm just going to kind of show you how this works. So, just grab a little bit out of here. Just shred it up a little. Now actually it's sometimes best, since this is dirt on the ground, just give it a little bed to sit on. Alright, so there it goes. Now I use this Gerber flint and ferro rod here. Works pretty well. When you use these, a lot of times folks, I'm right-handed, a lot of times folks will take this, put it in their right hand, and they push away. You don't really want to push away, because what that ends up doing, well, right now it doesn't really matter, because this is really easy to light. You're really not going to mess this up. But let's say you're actually starting a fire with just some of this dry stuff, and your fire's delicate, it's precariously put together, and you don't want to beat it all up. A lot of times when you go here and you push out, you end up hitting your fire and you knock everything all over the place. So rather than push away, you want to pull away like so. But then again, like I said, with this, just because this light's so easy, it doesn't really matter. But just food for thought if you ever end up using this for another method of starting a fire. So let's see how easy this lights, and we'll go from there. There we go. It's one strike. Just lit a little bit. Now that it's going, you'll see how awesome this stuff is. This stuff really will light for quite a while. This little batch we've got here, sitting out, that'll light for, hell, that'll go for 5 minutes, easy. And then a lot of times once it starts to die down, all you've got to do is just break it up, grab yourself a couple sticks, just kind of spread it open a little bit, get some of that fresh stuff exposed. But usually that's not even going to be necessary. Once you get that lit, you just start grabbing whatever you're going to add to the fire, throw it on, and then look, just like that, you've got yourself fire. So there you have it, my ultimate fire starting kit. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Diplomat Dad. Got plenty more videos coming, a lot like this one, a lot of different kinds of videos. Just hit that subscription button, stay tuned, and until next time, see you out there.